Hey everybody, happy Sunday crafternoon. It's Dawn Borchette with Dawn's Creative Chalet, and today is December the 21st, 2025. It's countdown time to 2026. Isn't that nuts? I'm glad that you guys are here today. I have some fun Valentine projects for you. But before we get started, you know the drill. We go through a couple of things that are happening in the world of Stampin' Up! And here at the Chalet. First of all, if you have not done so already and you'd like to keep in touch with me and what's going on in the world of Stampin' Up! As well, go ahead and join my e-newsletter. All you'll need to do is open up the camera on your phone, point it to the QR code. It will take you right to the landing page where you can sign up. It will just ask for your name and your email, and then you're all set. It's less than 5 minutes to do. And as well, if you see anything that you cannot live without, this is my online store right here, and I appreciate you shopping with me. And we'll go through the benefit of shopping with me in just a moment. But once again, there is the link to that. And this is also a QR code directly to my store. As far as other things that are going on, first of all, I do want to let you know that I do have a blog, I have YouTube. So if you happen to have bumped into me on Facebook, on my page, or in my group, or YouTube, but you haven't actually subscribed to my channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the bell, it will turn black. And if you know of any other crafty friends that would enjoy my content, then go ahead and share it with them as well. I always say the more the merrier when we craft. Also, my blog, which is dawnscreativechalet.com. There is where you're going to find all of the pictures of the projects that we do, along with a recipe card, which basically just lists everything that we're using on our projects, and along with some nice larger photos of the projects that we're doing today. And what else do I want to talk to you guys about? Oh, upcoming events. So we're going to talk about 2026. Yikes! So first of all, we're going to kick off the new year at Starbucks on Friday, January the I'm going to start over again and try to talk. On Friday, January 2nd of 2026, I tried to say that all at once, noon until 2, I will be at the Ludington, Michigan Starbucks. And it's something that's free. If you would like, bring a friend or make some new friends while you're there. And we make a free card. And we just kind of hang out and chit-chat and all that good stuff. I know after the holidays are over, I have what I call Christmas hangover, which is basically kind of like the winter blues after all the hubbub's over, right? So come on over and see me, say hi, and treat yourself a little bit to a little bit of time for you to do a free craft. Also, as we get into January, I have a couple of different things going on. On Thursday, January the 8th at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30, we have the catalog kickoff. It's a party. So we are partying and going to explore the brand new January through April mini catalog, along with the January online exclusives. So it's always a good time. Every time we have a new catalog come out, I always throw a little fiesta, and we sip, stamp, and snack. That's what I always say. Those are the 3 best things in life, right? So anyway, make a point to come to that, and that'll be here at the Chalet on April the 8th, which is on a Thursday, and that's at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. And then we also have our creative card class, which is something I do every single month. That'll be on the following Thursday, January the 11th. You know, for some reason, these dates don't sound right to me, but it's the Thursday after. Can you tell I have like a vacation brain going on here? So the Thursday after, the following Thursday, the second Thursday of the month, which is normally when we do have creative card class. And that is going to be at 10 a.m., 1 p.m., or 6:30. And we're going to start kicking into gear all the new products. I believe we're going to do a lot of Valentine-themed things. So be prepared for that. That's always a lot of fun. And then we have the January product class, which is going to be working with a suite called Made with Love. And that is gorgeous. I'm having so much fun playing with these products. And last week we played with those products a little bit, and you got to see those, and even the week before. But anyway, so that's the product class coming up. It's $39, and it will include the designer series paper. There's a loose assortment mix of embellishment, and also this beautiful bubble bath ribbon. Let's see here. I don't know if I already said this. It's $39 for that. Make sure to RSVP no later than 2 weeks prior, as I need to order product. And the cards are going to be simple enough that you can duplicate and then make even more at home, because you're going to have a lot of product. And I've also thought about making possibly another 8x8 shadow box framed piece of art that you could put on your mantle or wherever you wanted to. I know that the gals really, you guys like that kind of thing. So I'm still in the process of designing projects for upcoming classes. And the problem is, with being at my dad's, I would like to pack up my whole craft room with me, but that's not possible. You know how that goes. Also, see here, just to put on your calendar, just for a future reference, that I am going to have a BOGO sale of all my retired products that I do every year over at Amber Township Hall, which is not too far from the chalet here. And that is going to be on Saturday, May 16th at 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Now, that's kind of a tentative on the time, and that is because it depends on when they're going to allow me to set up, and they won't let me know if I can set up the night before until, like, I don't know, a week before. So I'm kind of in limbo on that. If I'm unable to set up on Friday night, then I have to push it back a little bit and start later on Saturday, but we'll see. That's a long time away, right? That's in May, but honestly, that's really not that far when you think about it. Okay, something new that we're doing, product of the month. This is really exciting, you guys. So the True Blue Florals, it's a designer series paper pack. And for December, they've kicked off something new. Now, I don't know if, I think I've mentioned it a little bit, but we're no longer going to have Celebration. It's gone. It's retired. Isn't that a bummer? Like, I love Celebration. But anyway, with that being said, what they're going to do instead is do a product of the month. Every single month, it will be a different product. You do need to have an account set up that you're shopping in my store. And if you do reach the $75 mark while you're putting things in your cart, you will have the opportunity to purchase the product of the month for just $5. Now, it's not always going to be paper. It may be a smaller set of stamps. It may be dies. It's going to be a combination and a mix of a lot of things. But this is the first month that they're trying it. And I think it's going to hang around for a while, so stay tuned. And this is while supplies last. So if they do run out of this product, then you'll have to wait until January to see what that product will be. But anyway, it's beautiful, and I can't wait to get mine. I'm still waiting, but of course, it'll probably arrive by the time you guys see the video. But I'm hoping I can get it before I go head down to my dad's and possibly play a little with these products, because it's gorgeous paper. And like I said, it's while supplies last, so it's not something that you're going to be able to get later on. So if you really want it and you have some supplies you want to get, I say go ahead and grab it up. It'll be available either while supplies last or until the end of December. Now, rumor has it that possibly they may carry over products of the month into the next month, but you'll only have the opportunity to purchase one product of the month each month. And they'll know because they're going by your account. So anyway, I think I got everything said that needed to be discussed on that, because it's a little, it's just different, right? It's just change, but I'm excited for the change. Also, when you do spend $75 or more at my online store, I like to reward you with this beautiful bundle of the month. So each month, there are 16 of us demonstrators that team together, my goodness, my tongue is tied today, to give you the bundle of the month video class. 16 beautiful projects with full color photos, all the measurements, and also a video for each project. And I'll give you a little sneak peek. This is my card. I happen to like it. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so again, it's a $3 value, but it's my gift to you when you purchase with me at my online store at a minimum of $75. And if you have any questions on anything, or if you need help at any time, please reach out to me because I'm here to help. I love to help you. Okay, also Paper Pumpkin. We just hot off the press got sneak peeks for the next 3 months of kits. So we are now signing up for the January kit. So if you have never tried Paper Pumpkin, and if you enjoy Valentine's Day, look at, even the box is beautiful. It's called Special Delivery. It's going to be making 9 cards, 3 each of 3 designs. It looks really cool. I can't wait. And then into February, we're going to, it looks like, have Easter. And into March, of course, we're thinking spring. So it looks like hummingbirds. And if you are a subscriber to Paper Pumpkin, you have the opportunity to purchase the set of dies that coordinate with 3 months of kits. So this is a brand new set of dies. I believe that they're $12 for the set. This is the item number for that set. So if you are a subscriber, you can go ahead and take advantage of that. I really like this right here. Beautiful. I love that. Oh, and this is kind of cool too. Like a baby tag. I don't know. It's kind of cool. Anyway, so that's what's happening with Paper Pumpkin. Also want to let you guys know that there is a virtual card retreat that you can sign up for. It's going to be held on January 22nd, and that will be the live date. But it will be recorded. So there's no need to have to worry about being there on that specific day. It's going to be 2 days of a lot of card making. We're going to be making 15 cards total. It's a 2-day class that starts at 2 p.m. Mountain Time till 9 p.m. Mountain Time. It's like boot camp, right? But it's a fun boot camp because we're making pretty things. It is $165. You're going to be getting an entire kit of product. And I don't remember if I actually, here's the peek of the cards, but you're actually getting like a full suite plus, like, I should have had a list here. There's a lot of stuff. So for the cost of the class, basically, you're getting a lot of product. How this works is that you'll be invited. You'll get an email once you purchase the retreat. The item number is 170023. You'll receive an email. You'll want to make sure you look for an email from Stampin' Up. They're going to give you a link that's going to go to an exclusive Facebook group for just those of us who have signed up for the class. And they're going to be giving us instructions on what to do with the box of product that we'll be receiving for this class and how to prep for the class. And then we'll be present for the class. And like I said, everything's recorded, so you don't have to be there on those 2 dates if you cannot make it. And you can watch it as much as you like, which is kind of cool. And then they'll be transferring it from Facebook over to YouTube because of the whole Facebook quirky thing about removing videos after a month or something like that. But anyway, I just wanted to mention this to you. And again, show you guys some of the cards that will be made. I've seen these in person. My printer is not the best. Well, I didn't really see them in person, but the next best thing was on camera. They're much prettier than what they are on my printed page here. But they said that we're going to be learning a lot of really cool techniques. Even flip-flaps that we use on scrapbook pages, we're going to use on our cards, which is pretty cool. And also, if you do sign up for it, please let me know. I'll be looking for it. But there are some additional supplies that they're asking that we have as well. So I want to make sure that you get that to you as well. So if you do need anything extra, you'll be able to have it for the class and be prepared and ready to go. Also, wanted to mention, speaking of online, the online exclusives. The latest release was November, the first part of November, and we're going to actually be using some product today that is from the November release, if I can find it here. But anyway, when they say online exclusive, that means that you will not find it in any publication. So today we're going to work with Valentine Kisses. This is really adorable. I purchased it because I love Valentine's Day. After I seen how many dies were in, I was like, oh my gosh, there's a lot going on there. But after I started playing with this, it's kind of highly addicting. So that's what we're going to do today. But I just wanted to point it out to you that there are a lot of items that are so cool and beautiful, but yet unless you go to my online store, you're going to miss so much. So I always like to mention that. We are on, of course, the last leg of our mini catalog that runs through basically January 5, I believe. And anyway, so if you are wanting anything out of this catalog, we also have last chance items at my online store. Go ahead and do a search for last chance. And those are products that are going to retire and never be back. So they have some nice markdowns on some products. So if you've had a wish list for a while, you didn't get everything that you wanted out of here, maybe grab it for yourself for Christmas, wrap it, put it under the tree. I've done that before. So anyway, good deals on things. And I love a good deal because that just means that I can buy more stuff, right? That's my story and I'm sticking to it. Also, speaking of online exclusives, we have some more coming out in January. So have your eye out for that. And that'll be starting January the 6th. And along with that, we have our brand new mini catalog that will go active January 6th. Now, you should be receiving a catalog from me if you've been a customer with me in the last 6 months in the mail. Unless you are local, I'm trying to give those out to you by me personally because it's just more fun that way and it helps to save on postage, right? But if you are new with me and if you do not receive a catalog by, I would say, Christmas, please reach out to me and let me know. If you are a new customer to me, you have not had another demonstrator that you've been dealing with, and you would like a catalog, reach out to me and we'll make sure to get one to you in the mail. Okay, that was a lot of chatter, wasn't it? You guys ready to get started and do some fun projects? I am. All right, so today I have an avalanche on my table here. We are working with, like I said, Valentine Kisses. Get my stuff together. So here is the stamp set. By the way, this is the new packaging that they're coming out with now. It's a little different to get used to. But anyway, Valentine Kisses. So it has some really cute sentiments. And of course, the images are just adorable. I think one of my favorite things is this little guy right here, the little angel wings that you can attach to him. I just wish that they had a set that went the other way so you could put angel wings on him with a wing on each side. And I know that there's a way that we can do, you know, the whole opposite image thing, but I'm kind of lazy, I'll admit it. So anyway, so that's Valentine Kisses, and then this is the dies that coordinate with it. And there's a lot of them, very cute. So just about every image, except for these really itty bitties, have a die plus some. So there's like a little kissing booth, and this heart is adorable. So we're going to try to use most of the dies today, and I believe I'm using, I think I'm using almost, if not all, the sentiments today as well. All right, first card. Let me grab my cheat sheet. Oh, I know what else I was going to show you guys too. These came out in November. They are called Lovely Doilies, and they're in real red, and I believe that is Bubble Bath. Let me double check myself. Yep, Bubble Bath, and Real Red. There are 2 sizes, and we're going to use one on one of our projects today. So here is our first card. I got the inspiration for this card right off my online store. Isn't that cute? So we're going to go ahead and make this. I've cut everything with the die cut machine in advance. I even did some coloring in advance, but I will kind of guide you as far as what I've used, because I thought I need to save a little bit of time here. Be respectful of your time, and because I'm recording it, I don't want it to be 5 hours for it to upload to YouTube. I haven't done that a whole lot, so it's kind of new to me. Okay, first of all, we have a piece of Balmy Blue, which is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then we have our inside piece, which I call a liner for our card, and this is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down inside. Now, while I was cutting my designer series paper, I had a scrap, and I like doing this inside the card, and I'm going to show you in just a second here. So I had this little strip of designer series paper that was left over from what I cut for the front, and this is a strip of 4 by 1/2 inch, and I like to sometimes just put a little strip of pretty on the bottom. Make sure that you guys can see what I'm doing here. Sometimes I get so involved in my crafting I forget that you guys need to see it too. That's the whole objective, right? Okay, so just like that. And then we have a piece of strawberry slush, and this designer series paper may look familiar to you. Isn't that crazy? So this is called, what is it called? Splendid Autumn. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some measurements here. So the Splendid Autumn designer series paper was cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and then I just went ahead and cut an 1/8 larger for our strawberry slush. We're going to go ahead and, it's so pretty, I hate to cover it with glue, but we're going to go ahead and layer these together, just like so. And then I cut a piece of Granny Apple Green, and this is cut at, let's see here, 3 3/4 by 1 1/4. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to rip it. The easiest part of the card, right? I can rip paper really well. So this is going to be our grass, so to speak. Nothing fancy, but I thought, you know, kind of cool, very easy. We like that. And I'm going to adhere it to the bottom of this piece here of our designer series paper. That looks great. Now what we need to do, I'm going to grab my silicone mat. I'm like, what is this thing called? Oh, major brain farts. But anyway, we're going to put a little bit of glue. Isn't this cute? And by the way, when this is cut out, this heart right here, I used it on another project. Oh, no, on this one. Duh, Dawn. I used this heart that was cut out from the die, and I used it on the jar. So I already did that here, so I wouldn't lose that heart, because it's pretty tiny, right? So it's a jar of kisses, or maybe it's a tip jar. I don't know. But anyway, this is so stinking cute. So we're going to put the little kissing booth together. So we have the top and the bottom. And then there's this little piece here, which is so cute, and it will dress it up a little bit. And I thought, you know, let's use that. That's adorable. So that goes on the top right there. Perfect. Go ahead and get this out of my way for now. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere this with dimensionals. Just like so. We're going to put that right about there, because we need room for our bear over here. Oops, I should have put one under there. Oh well, it's okay. It's all good. And then I did stamp these in Memento black ink, and I stamped them on basic white cardstock. And then I colored them with, let's see here. This is Pretty in Pink Dark for the ears. And then I used Pumpkin Pie for, and I think I used the lighter of the two. Pumpkin Pie for their bodies. And for their snout, I used Light Crumb Cake. So we're going to go ahead and attach her. She's so stinking cute, isn't she? And we're going to put her inside the kissing booth here. Who knows? Maybe she's selling lemonade. I don't know, but it does say kisses. And then I went ahead and I punched it out. I cut it out with one of the dies, but I wanted to show you a little something here. Because I thought, you know what, I'm really cheating a lot because I'm stamping everything up on you guys and just assembling, but let me get this out, or maybe did I already? You never know what I put on my table. Okay, we're going to get this stamp out. Oh, I know what it was. Okay. Oh, boy. Things come to my mind eventually, right? I'm going to take this little guy off. I can't lose this, though. We're going to stick it there. And I'm going to bring in my crumb cake ink. What the cool thing is with photopolymer stamps is they're clear, so you can see exactly where you're stamping. I'm going to take my little cheat sheet here. We're going to stamp off. This is crumb cake ink. Whoops. And did my piece already fly away? Oh, no. Okay, we'll just do it on the back so I can show you guys. So if you wanted to, like, you could line this up, and it lines up pretty easily. But anyway, we're going to use the side that I already started. I can't believe that just fell on the floor. Isn't that nuts? Oh boy. Anyway, continue on. So I just stamped off. I cut out the little kisses. It has a little wood grain, which is cute because that's part of the stamped image. Show you guys that right there. Isn't that cute? And then I'm going to take, let's see here. I'm going to use crumb cake, I think is what I used on that. And I have both the light and the dark. And like I said, I've done a lot of the coloring, but there's just a little bit that I thought, you know, I should save it for them. So at least I'm not just, like I said, assembling. Whoops. And I want it to look kind of rustic, right? So it looks like it's been, you know, a handmade little sign. And like that. I'm not so good at this stuff. Like, coloring is just not my thing. I'm bad at it. I try, though. And then I'm going to take my darker, whoops, that's more of the bullet point. Is that what they call those? Anyway, and go into the corners. Just to, I don't know, give it a little something, something. Like so. All right, that looks good. And then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the front of her little booth, just like that. Cute. And then we have our jar. So we're going to go ahead and attach that as well over here to the right. Whoops, here we go. And then we have this bashful guy right here. Isn't he dapper? And we're going to attach him with some dimensionals. And like I said earlier, I hate repeating myself, but just to make sure that you do realize this bundle is available right now. It was released in November. Okay, so this here, we could leave it like that, but I cut it down on one side. So since my my paper trimmer is covered with stuff, I'm just going to slice it. Chop. So we just cut off the dovetail on it. And we're going to go ahead and adhere this with a couple of dimensionals. And I think that we'll be done with card number 1. And I think I have 3 cards for you guys today. Okay, so we're going to attach that like so. And, oh, I need to attach it to the card base. That would kind of help, wouldn't it? Whoops. So I'm going to take some more dimensionals. Just like so. So I hope you guys are all set for the holiday. You have all your wrapping done, your Christmas cards out, and you're ready to party with Santa. Okay, there is card number 1. Isn't that cute? Let's go ahead and go to card number 2. Okay, this one makes me smile. If you look really close on his angel wing, I use something I always forget that I have, yet I love it. Wink of Stella. So we're going to go ahead and put this card together. Grab all of my goodies. Oops. I don't want to forget the heart. Not good forgetting your heart. Okay, so the die that we're using on this card is, grab it here, perennial postage dies. I think these are really cool. And I use the second largest, so this one right here is the one that I used. And we're doing white on white, which I think is kind of a classic look. This is basic white thick cardstock. I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11 and scored it 5 1/2. We're going to set it aside, work on our layer. Whoops, again, I don't want to lose these. And I don't want ink on my fingers. There we go. The troubles and tribulations of stamping, right? So first of all, what we are going to do, I'm going to grab my Pool Party ink pad. And also going to grab a blending brush. And I just thought that without doing this, it felt like a lot of white space. I don't know what it is, but me and white space don't get along. So I just wanted to go ahead and add a little bit of color. So round and round we go. This burns enough calories to justify 5 more Christmas cookies. I didn't even do baking this year. Did you guys do baking? I used to love baking cookies. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then again, I've already colored him. I did cheat. And again, we used pumpkin pie for his body and light crumb cake for his snout. And this is pretty in pink, I believe the dark of the two. And I think he's cute. So I did not color his wing. Figured I could at least do that with you guys. So let's bring in, let's see here. What did I use? I'm winging it. Get it? Pun intended. Sorry, bad joke. Okay, we're going to use, actually, let's use Flirty Flamingo, because I think that's what I used, yeah, for my heart. So that'll kind of tie in with the heart that I've cut out. That's really dark. Oh, well, it's all good. And the tip on this is going to die on me. That's one thing about these. I love our Stampin' Blends, but you really need to be careful when you do color with them when you're using the brush tip. Ugh, now that's like, that's weird. It's I'm having a problem. Okay, there we go. There we are. We'll just do this. But anyway, you can see how mine is fraying. And that happens when you've put too much pressure on it. And the thing is, I don't have my own designated set. I share these with my stampers. So sometimes this happens. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and attach the wing to him. He's going to be a little Cupid. So let's put just a little bit of glue. And what's really cool is you'll know right where to line it up because it's curved to his back, which I think is really cool. So right about there. And we're going to attach him to the card with, of course, dimensionals, right? Wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, and I'm going to put one behind the wing for good measure. Peel all these little guys off. Get this out of my way. And we're going to put him, right about there. Because I want to have enough room for my sentiment as well. But also we have these cute little hearts that we've cut out. And this is from that set of dies in Valentine Kisses. I love the size of these. They're perfect. So we're going to go ahead, and they even have the stitching on them. I want to make sure that I have the right side up here. That looks right. And I'm going to attach them with dimensionals as well. There we go. All right. Whoops. That's going to stick right to my glass mat. Oops. Oh my gosh. Really, Dawn? Okay, let's try that again. All right, take two. There we go. Do you guys do this? I always stick them on the back of my hand too. So I'm going to put a heart here, and we'll put one right there, and we'll put one down here. So cute. And then, of course, we need our sentiment, bear hugs and kisses. See, that's not it. Aha. No, is it? Nope, that's not it either. It has to be process of elimination. This one right here. And I'm going to use my red ink, real red. And, oops, I'm going to stamp the sentiment right below Mr. Cupid. Perfect. And then we have those cute little hearts that I didn't want to lose. That's definitely a losable, isn't it? They're so tiny, but they're so cute. Right like that. Perfection. And we're going to go ahead, bring in our card base once again. Oops, and I have our bow too that I tied with linen thread, because everything's always better with a bow, right? And where did my, there they are, right in front of me. Where did my glue dots go? Okay, I'm going to go ahead and attach our bow. And then we're going to attach this again with dimensionals. All right. And put it onto the card front. And we are good to go. And that is card number 2. All right. Last card, you guys. This one is a fun one. This will slide this way. Isn't that cool? Kind of fun, something different. Kind of, I guess you call it a fun fold. That designates as such, doesn't it? So let's bring in all the goodies. And I think this one, I did not color the bear, so I could color along with you guys. But now I realize maybe I should have just, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, I'm just rambling. So I have all my bits and pieces. We'll have to color him, but let me tell you the measurements on all of this stuff. So I'm using Strawberry Slush. This is such a pretty color. So this piece is cut at 9 by 5.5, and I scored it on the long side at, let's see here, 3 3/8 and 7 5/8 inches. Okay, lots of eighths there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to basically close it like such, like a little pocket. First of all, one of the things I want to do is grab a circle punch. Let's see. Because I forgot to do that earlier. I'm going to grab an old whale tail punch because that's the first thing that jumped in my face. So what I'm going to do is just take this punch and eyeball about the center of this panel, the middle panel, and I'm going to cut half of a circle out just like that. So there's a little notch in it. And then we're going to take our tear and tape, and there are two places where I want to put glue, or the tear and tape. The first one is on the bottom of the middle panel, so opposite of where you punched, turning it onto the longer of the two side panels. We're going to put glue, tear and tape. I guess it is glue technically, right? And I like to burnish it before I start to peel it off, because then it peels off better the later. And I'm going to go ahead and remove that. And then, oops, remove that. And then you're going to fold the little guy in on your right, and then fold this one over and burnish. And now you have a pocket, just like that. Perfect. And then this piece here, I'm using real red and basic white. And let's see. Real red is, I didn't put the measurement down. I believe, I'm not gonna even say, we're just gonna check. Okay, 4 by 5 1/4. 4 by 5 1/4, and then this is 3 3/4 by 5. Math is hard for me. Oh my goodness. So anyway, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and glue these together, this panel that will slide inside the card, just like that. And let's bring this out so I can take a peek at it, because I forgot what did I put on there. Oh, the baby hearts, and then Happy Valentine's Day. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we'll have that all set. So let's bring back our real red ink and our Happy Valentine's Day sentiment. I have a stamp on either side of this block. Okay, and we're gonna center it-ish. Boop, just like so. Perfect, looks good. And of course I buried my stamp cleaners, so I'm trying to make do with not having that easily accessible to me right now. And then I'm also going to bring in my strawberry slush and that itty bitty cute heart stamp, and stamp some little hearts there. Okay, that stamping is all set. Then we have a piece of designer series paper. This is cut at 4 by 3/4 inch. And I'm just going to put it towards the bottom here. That's cute too, isn't it? That side. I love this designer paper pack. Okay. Well, this one's going to go here. I put this one there. Wherever you like. It's whatever goes. Okay, bring this back. And I'm going to need, you guys can see, oh, I need this back. Yeah, that would help. So I used the stamp for the flowers and the itty bitty hearts, and I randomly stamped those on the front here just for something tone on tone. And I'm going to need a block. Let's peel this one off. Put that there. Okay. And let's see, we're going to need the flowers, and I should have kept this on here. There we go. Now I got pink on me. At least we're on the last card. That's a good thing, right? I'm not working directly with white paper anymore. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, take the flower stamped image, and we're just going to have fun along the edge all the way around, because the middle part is going to be covered with other pretty things. But I just thought this was kind of fun. A little extra visual interest on your card. This is always a great way to make your own designer series paper. And like so. And then we're going to take those itty bitty hearts and we're going to scatter them around too. Just because they're so stinking cute. All right. Just about done. Like so. Okay, there we go. And I think, yeah, I think that's all the stamping, because the rest of it I did ahead of time. All right, so the next step we'll do before we do some coloring, this is the doily. So on the back, they're white, and then they're either red or bubble bath. The cool thing about them being white on this side is that you could color them with a blending brush, or you could use these as a stencil and then use your blending brush, and then you'll get all these little decorative hearts all over and make like a background or background paper for yourself, which I think would be really cool. But let's see here. Before we stick that down, we need to stick these down. So you notice on this one, I used the heart paper. This is another heart paper, which I thought was really cute. There's the back side. That's really cute too. I couldn't make up my mind, but I wanted it just a little bit different from the one I made for a sample. Okay, so this piece is real red. And it is, let's see here, 4 1/4 by 1 1/2. The designer series paper is 4 1/4 by, oh, wait a minute. This, let me measure this. I know it's 4 1/4 as far as the width goes. The height, this is 1 1/2. And this is 1 3/4. Okay, because I knew I was layering them together and they were 1/4 inch apart in measurement. So let's go ahead. We're going to layer this on here like so. And then we're going to go ahead and attach it to the front of our pocket. So about inch-ish from the bottom, like that. And I'm going to go ahead and take my beautiful bubble bath doily and just little dots of glue. You don't really need a lot. Our glue is pretty awesome, and it's really going to hold it there. Okay, so right like so, centering it-ish. Again, I used the perennial postage dies, and I'm going to bring back the pool party and grab my blending brush, and we're going to do what we did on the last card and just lightly give a little bit of a background. I don't know why, but I'm always attracted to use pool party when I do this, no matter what other colors, whoops, I'm using. All right, that looks pretty good. Just like I said, something to get rid of the white space. Whoa, timber, there goes all my stamps on their blocks. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I've stamped with Memento ink, black, on the basic white paper. And we're going to go ahead and color Mr. Bear here. So I'm using light pecan pie. Let's see. Oh, and by the way, I wanted to show you guys something with this too. This is so cool. So when you cut out this particular bear in the set, the die actually cuts this. See how his tummy opens up? And this here, so that you can slide in like him holding flowers. Like so. Isn't that the coolest thing? That's why I wanted to color this one, so it reminded me to tell you guys about the die. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cool. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to use, for some reason, have you guys noticed, maybe it's just me, that whether you have a light or a dark blends, the ink is almost, I don't know, I store these so that they are laying flat. I don't store them up and down because, you know, gravity and yada, yada, you know how that works. So I store them so that they're flat. But for some reason, I'm noticing that even this is the light, that this side is darker than this side, the bullet. I guess you want to call it the bullet. I don't know. The non-brush side. So I like to use that one to color the bear. And then I also use the brush side. Oh my gosh, I'm so terrible at this. Oh dear. Now I'm nervous because you guys are all watching. Look at Dawn. She's coloring. Okay, I always like to outline first. It helps me try to stay inside the lines. I think it's the way I learned to color when I was little. And I just have always done that. Are you guys the same? Let me know. I'm curious. Okay, so there we go. So this side of the light, I'm going to show you guys because I'm going to do a little bit of shading here. See how that's a little darker? Isn't that weird? I don't know. Do yours do that too? It's not a bad thing. I guess I'm getting even more colors out of each marker. But yeah, it's just something I noticed. Because like I said, I don't color often because I'm not good at it. There we go. Okay. And then I'm going to take the non-brush side again. And we're going to go ahead and I want to leave his snout white for now. And there we go. Squeaky, squeaky, squeak. All right. Oops. So if you guys are watching the replay, please let me know that you are. Let me know what you're doing for the holidays. And also let me know what your favorite Christmas cookie is. My mom used to make Spritz cookies. That is like just something I remember distinctly from my childhood. Love those things. Okay, we're going to use light crumb cake on his snout. So he's got a little bit of color, but not a lot. Didn't want him being Rudolph. And then I'm going to grab, this is Pretty in Pink, and it is the light. I thought it was the dark, but it is the light. And we're going to go ahead, color his ears. He's all set there. And then for these little guys, I'm using, let's see, I brought in dark Bubble Bath, dark Flirty Flamingo, Poppy Parade, Darling Duckling, and Granny Apple Green. So let's go ahead and, oh my gosh, this is so little, but it's so cute. So I'm going to go ahead and color in the leaves. Holy smokes, I can hardly see them. Is this a sign of getting old, you guys? Okay, I think those were the only leaves. Maybe this was a leaf too. We're going to wing it. And then for the flower middles, we have Darling Duckling. Wow, maybe I should have colored this before you guys were here with me, huh? And then this is Flirty Flamingo. So we're going to color one of the flower petals in Flirty Flamingo. And then this one is the bubble bath, the dark bubble bath. And we'll go ahead and color this flower. Oops, did I miss a middle? Looks like I might have. Let's bring this back here. Or did I? I don't know. My gosh, I feel like I'm blind. And then this is Poppy Parade. And let's see here. There we go. And then I'm going to bring in, let's see, this is, I think, light crumb cake. And even though you're not going to really see a whole lot of this, I thought I better color this little guy right there. Isn't that cute? Very dainty. And then we're going to go ahead and I'm going to add a little bit, just a tiny bit, whoops, of glue in the middle of the flowers. We're going to slide them through his belly. Whoops, here we go. And oops, I know it's there. There we go. Isn't that the sweetest thing ever, you guys? Look at that. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and attach him. Now, I had a little birdie here, but I think I lost him, so it's okay. But on this one, there is a little bird in the set. There's actually two, one that flies either direction. Anyway, we'll leave that out for now. That's okay. And we're going to attach Mr. Bear with dimensionals to our rectangle. One too many dimensionals. Okay, attach him like so. And then we're going to use multi-purpose liquid glue and attach this to the doily. And then we have this piece. Now we did cut this. This is Bubble Bath, I believe. And I used Real Red ink. And I cut that out with the Stylish Shapes dies. And we need, let's see here, this sentiment right here. Sending lots of love your way to celebrate this special day. So make sure that I'm stamping it right side up. All that good stuff. Well, it's a little crooked, but hey, it's handmade, right? And then what I'm going to do, because he's already popped up with dimensionals, I don't want it kind of kitty wampus. Oop, we'll use that one. And this one. So I'm going to put a dimensional just on each end so it'll lay flush to Mr. Bear here. And either end, push that down, secure it. And then once again, we need a couple of mini glue dots. And this is our Real Red Shiny Ribbon, which I believe is still available. It's something that's been around in the traditions of Christmas suite of product. I just love this ribbon. Look at this little bit of shimmer in there. It's so pretty. And there we go. Okay, we're going to bring this back. Put it inside the card. And this is card number 3. I'm going to go ahead and bring them back really quick for you guys. And just say once again, I appreciate you guys so much. I love that you're here hanging with me every week. I miss being here live this week. Next week on December 28th, on Sunday, I will be traveling back home. So I will not have a live, and I just decided to take that week just to not worry about recording and all that good stuff. But I will be returning on January the 4th, 2026. So thanks again, you guys. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. It still seems so weird to say that already. It doesn't seem like it's that time, right? And once again, I appreciate you. And I hope that you're able to take a little bit of time for yourself during this crazy time of the year. Sit down at your craft table and just relax and do a little bit of crafting for yourself. All right, you guys, you take care, and I will see you on January the 4th, 2026. Bye-bye.